Welcome. This is video number 8 in our series Losing Weight on the Carnivore Diet. And in this video today, we're going to be discussing the whole topic of intermittent fasting. I must admit, when I started carnivore about 8 months ago now, I never intentionally made a decision to try intermittent fasting. It rather evolved by default. Let me explain what I mean. I found when I started carnivore that meat was incredibly satiating and I always felt full and I never felt hungry. And so we automatically started to shift from 3 meals a day back to 2. This was not a deliberate choice to incorporate intermittent fasting into our carnivore diet, but it was rather a pragmatic reason in that we weren't hungry and we found we did quite well on 2 meals a day. And so pretty much since that time, I have eaten 2 meals a day on the majority of days. We have our first meal about 9 o'clock in the morning, and then we have a second meal about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And that gives us a fasting window of somewhere around 18 hours. And that's what intermittent fasting is. It is simply having a period of time when you eat and a period of time when you don't eat. So I guess in that simple explanation of it, everybody intermittent fasts every day. Otherwise, we would be eating non-stop. But it's a pattern of deliberately having a window in your life where you don't eat. There's a lot of reasons why people might do this. They might do it because they want to lose weight, as is the topic of these videos. It might be for metabolic health reasons, or it might be just for convenience and simplicity. There are a number of different ways in which people approach intermittent fasting. The most basic is the pattern I've just described, where you eliminate one meal and you basically go down from 3 meals a day to 2 meals a day. Some people cut out breakfast, some people cut out dinner, but you have a window in your day when you're not eating. This is what people refer to when they say they are on a 16-8 or a 18-6 pattern, referring to the number of hours they fast and then the number of hours that they eat. Some people use a weekly cycle and eat normally for 5 days, and then they either fast or eat very little on the other 2 days. Quite often that's the weekend. There's other people again that do a stop-start pattern where they might eat normally one day and fast the alternate day, or eat very little the alternate day. And so there are various ways of approaching it. There's many people on the carnivore diet that have found the combination of carnivore with intermittent fasting to be a very powerful combination. And I would certainly find that that has been true in my own experience. It's been quite a powerful combination. There's many benefits of doing this. One of the most common benefits of intermittent fasting is a reduction in your metabolism, which of course leads to weight loss. A second very important reason why people might try this way of eating is that it can reduce insulin resistance. This is pretty powerful when you think about it. You see, what you do with the combination of carnivore and intermittent fasting is that you stabilize your blood sugar levels. Your blood sugar is not going up and down, and this has so many benefits. But one of those benefits is that it reduces insulin resistance. This is critical. When you reduce insulin resistance, you also reduce your risk of type 2 diabetes and heart disease. So it's a pretty significant reason. Another benefit of intermittent fasting is that it increases autophagy. Autophagy is a term that refers to the cells in your body repairing themselves. They remove the damaged part of the cells or the damaged cells, and the body generates new ones. This has obvious benefits for physical health in so many ways. One of the remarkable things about the human body is its ability to repair itself. I cut my finger just recently and now I can hardly see where the cut was. The body repaired itself. And when you engage in intermittent fasting, it increases that repair system by removing damaged cells and growing new cells. So it's very powerful in that way. Intermittent fasting also reduces inflammation. Now, this is another huge issue that causes so many health issues in people. Inflammation is a problem that plagues many people and is a key component of so many other diseases that we really want to avoid. And then there's a very practical reason for trying intermittent fasting is that it just simplifies your meals and it simplifies your lifestyle. I know for my wife and I, as I said earlier, we have our first meal at 9, our second meal about 3, and we find that what that does is that it frees up the evening. None of the evening is taken up with cooking or preparing meals or serving meals or eating meals or doing dishes. That's all done earlier in the day. So we have a much more relaxed evening. We can start our evening early and get to bed early, which is a huge benefit for us. We probably also need to point out that there's some people who probably shouldn't try intermittent fasting. This might include ladies who are pregnant or breastfeeding that need a constant supply of nutrients. And also for those people who are on any sort of medication. Some medications require you to take food with them and to take them at specific times of day. So that, of course, becomes your priority following through your medication requirements. Another challenge for intermittent fasting, particularly if you're not eating in the evenings, is that it can play havoc with your social life and social engagements where you're often invited out for a dinner in the evening or you're meeting up with friends in the evening and there's food involved and you're not eating. But I'm sure you can navigate a way around that without too much difficulty. But I guess my final word in all these things is to take this seriously. If you have any concerns at all, just have a chat to your healthcare professional about what you're planning to do and get some professional advice. That's always a good idea. So as I say, this has just been a simple little introductory video to intermittent fasting. I'm sure if you look on YouTube and in other places, there is an abundance of material available today if you want to go a little bit deeper. I've just tried to cover the basics of intermittent fasting here in a few brief moments. Of course, there's plenty of more material that goes a lot deeper on this subject, both on YouTube and in books and in literature and in studies. It's a subject that is quite well covered by the wider media and the YouTube channels. In my last video, which was video number 7, I talked about the topic of cravings and gave 7 tips for overcoming cravings if that becomes an issue in your carnivore diet. And in my next video, number 9 in the series, we're going to be talking about weight loss plateaus that people experience, why you lose weight sometimes quite quickly and other times it seems to stop altogether. And we're going to have a bit of a discussion about that. But I want to say thank you for watching today. Please consider liking and subscribing to this video channel, and I will see you in the next video. And until then, keep telling your story.